Buxton. Will, haven't seen you since Indianapolis. Great to have you back on the show.
Yes.
Guys, great to see you. It's been a long time. Yeah, looking forward to Washington. It's coming along, not this weekend, but next weekend. 25 drivers racing around the nation's capital. It's going to be an unbelievable and a once-in-a-lifetime show, because this isn't going to happen again.
So thank you so much, as always, Will. I want to talk about the guy that has dominated IndyCar for as long as I've really been in IndyCar, which is the last 5 years, and that's a friend of the show, our guy, Alex Palou. When we were at Indy 2 years ago, one of the things that we were kicking around before the show was like, should we ask Alex about whether or not he can become like a Mount Rushmore driver? And I remember saying, man, it feels premature, like he's been great, but we're getting a little ahead of ourselves. It's not ahead of ourselves now, and now the conversation is he maybe en route to becoming the greatest driver ever? So it's kind of a two-part question. One is, how could you sum up why he is so dominant? And the other one is, how high on the all-time list can he climb?
Great questions. They're great questions. I think undoubtedly he's going to be seen as one of the greats. It's always difficult to compare different drivers from different generations because the technology is so different, the cars are so different, the tracks on which we race are different, the safety is different from the years of the AJ Foyts or the Mario Andretti's through to today. But when you look at the modern era, there is nobody that is able to do what Alex Palou does on track. He's amazing with his tires. He's amazing with his fuel, gets his strategy right every time, executes just so efficiently every single weekend. And the astonishing thing this year, guys, and this is what really fascinates me about this year, is he hasn't looked as dominant as he did last year. And yet after 13 races, his lead in the championship in 2026 is larger than it was in 2025. And that's the astonishing anomaly with him and with this season, because I truly believe that his rivals have raised their game, but his consistency is so exquisite that no one can touch him. I actually went back and did some looking at the stats. And if you removed all of his victories this year and moved him down to second place in all of the races that he's won and awarded the second place driver the points for the win, he'd still be leading the championship.
Oh, wow.
He'd still be leading the championship by 29 points without a single victory to his name. That's the level of consistency. That's the level of driver you've got to be.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, he's way out in front. He's led for over 550 laps. No one else has led for even 200. So, but if somebody other than him is going to win it this year, who do you think it would be?
So I think we've got three drivers who've shown themselves to be phenomenal over different types of racetrack. Joseph Newgarden has got 2 wins for the season on ovals, but it's actually his young teammate, David Malukas, who is higher up in the championship and who stands a better chance of the title. He's yet to win an IndyCar race, but it's just on the cusp. It's coming for him. And he's such an exciting young prospect, brilliant on the ovals. So I'd keep an eye out for him when we have the doubleheader in Milwaukee later this season. Christian Lundgaard from McLaren, brilliant on the road courses. He drove from last all the way up into the top 10 last weekend in Portland. Phenomenal prospect there. And Kyle Kirkwood is brilliant on the street races. And why that's important is because this weekend in Markham and next weekend in Washington, D.C., we have 2 brand new street races. The last brand new street race we had was earlier this season in Arlington. Who won that? Kyle Kirkwood. The guy is immediately up to speed. So any one of those 3, I think, could still take the fight to him. But it needs Palou to do one thing which he never does, which is crumble and collapse and the entire weekend fall to nothing, and him to ultimately eliminate himself from the race. And as we know from his consistency, that does not look likely.
All right, so we've only got about 1 minute left. Can you explain what makes Kyle so good on new racetracks and why Palou might not have such an edge? Is it just that he does more research? Why do you think?
Kyle is very, very smart. He has a natural feel for street courses and can take risks and make them pay off. The thing with Alex Palou is he doesn't need to take the big risks. He can afford to finish second. So it's going to take a driver like Kirkwood to throw everything at it. And Palou he doesn't need to throw everything at it. He can just hold it cool, hold it steady, bring it home, and bring the championship with it.
And he's going to.
I mean,
he's going to win
probably
4 in a row and his 5th total, and he has an IndyCar, and he's my dear personal friend.
Yeah.
And he's the best.
And Spain won the World Cup.
Spain. It's just it's Palou.
Will, thank you very much.
You're the
11
best,
days to the
Thank
Freedom
you, Will.
250 Grand Prix. Hope to see you at the end of the season to celebrate, and then we'll see you next year in Indy too.
Thank you, Will.
We'll see you soon. Go Hawks.